Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Third Age Total War here today on the channel. We're back on Divide and Conquer version 4.5 and I'm incredibly excited to be starting a brand new campaign series as the Easterlings of Rhun. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. It was a close tie between Rhun, the Wood Elf realm, and the High Elves, but I've elected to go for Rhun this time around. I could maybe play as the Elves in the future. So, without further ado, let's get stuck right into the campaign. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. Welcome to Divide and Conquer 4.5. The Golden Dragon takes flight. Once this land was ruled by dragons. Huge, powerful, fire-breathing dragons. Okay, these days are sadly gone. With the death of Smaug the Magnificent, there is but one dragon left in Middle-earth. The Golden Dragon of Rhun. So here's our Khan, Loki Khan. Excellent. I forgot that they're really sort of dragon fanatics in this. They have the dragon cult and stuff. And here are some alliances here and there. Alrighty, so welcome to the Rhun campaign. We're playing on version 4.5. It's been a while since I've played as Rhun on Vanilla Third Age, never on Divide and Conquer. So let's see what we're working with. We start off with one territory, Mistrand here. And this is our king. We've also got a secondary army further south here as well. But let's have a look at the family tree. We have Loki Khan here. Rukar, 45. He's got some runic dragon armor. He's a man of Melkor. He has a dragon priest as his retinue. And then we've got my son, Carn Margoz. And he has 3 sons and a daughter. So the runic family line, for now, is very secure. I've also got a daughter there and 2 other sons as well. So it looks like our lineage is secure for now. Margoz, commander of the Rohirrim. Okay. I'm hoping I'm getting some of these names right. But to start things off, we want to try and get as much of this rebel territory as we can in and around the Sea of Rhun. I think pushing to the west is definitely the play. We do have Dorwinion to the west, which we have to watch out for. But let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for this series. I think the major objective is to make Rhun great again and rise them back up. We can push up towards Erebor, Lake Town and Dale later on. We might even be able to hit Minas Tirith, Mirkwood and the Iron Hills as well. We'll just have to see how we go. Also guys, just want to thank each and every one of you for all the fantastic support on the Isengard series. I had a real blast for that. And that is one of the major reasons why I'm doing another Third Age campaign throughout January. Same with the Brutii campaign as well for Rome 2. That was really fun and enjoyable. I do want to do more on that mod. So let's have a look at the units we're operating with, and we'll dive into our construction as well. So we've got some warriors, we've got some clansmen, some hunters. It's going to be a little while before we can have access to the iconic Easterling heavy units, but I do believe if we look at the General's Bodyguard... Okay, so the heir, Margos, he has a heavier archer unit at his disposal. In Divide and Conquer, you don't get access to your military supply lines until turn 65. So we've got his. Oh, so the Lucky Khan has his famed Easterling units there. Really cool. All right, so let's have a look at what we're working with construction-wise. Building a port in the Sea of Rhun is going to be incredibly valuable, as we're going to be able to maneuver ourselves, if we want to, all the way up to Erebor. It's quite cool that you can like work your way up through the rivers. And also the trade as well, once we take out Dol Guldor, which is going to be a hell of a task. It's going to be easier said than done. Alright, so we'll build a port there so we can get some ships in. I think maybe pushing to Lest is probably the play, but that battle is always difficult early on. Okay, so let's muster our soldiers. So we'll leave one in Mistran just so it doesn't rebel. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Feedback and suggestions, tips and tricks for you guys that have done a Rune campaign quite recently. I'm going in... Oh, okay, there's a lot of... those Marines there. A little bit difficult. Yeah, this is my first time playing Rune on Divide and Conquer 4.5, so let me know feedback and suggestions. Okay, so I think our best bet is to rally everyone up and we'll try and hit them and hit them hard, I guess. Dol Amroth has been claimed there. Okay, a suitable husband. Battle band. 16, quite young, that's good. Moria has been reclaimed. So has Farnost. So, the more generals we can bring in, the better, because that gets us access to those heavier Easterling units. Gondor, Khazad-dûm. But we've got to be careful early on, because we didn't have the most high quality units, let's say. Particularly if we're fighting a lot of sieges as well. Things could get difficult. So we'll push to Lest, we'll see how we go. But Rune tier 1 units are definitely not overly desired, let's say. So we're going to have to play things slightly difficult and different to the Isengard campaign. And we'll try and send more military forces over here. If we can bring Battleban over. Yeah, because he's actually got some bodyguard units there as well. So we're definitely going to be able to use them. Those stats pale in comparison to the other units. What's this? Ah, I guess the One Ring is in these various locations, potentially. We are hemorrhaging a little bit of cash at the moment. Send an emissary to Dol Guldor. We're running out of finances. Relics of the Dragons. Okay, so this is not the ring. Scattered across the Middle Earth, there are relics of the Great Dragons created by Morgoth and unleashed during the War of the Race. Rah-da-rah-da-rah. Right, so we get various bonuses for capturing these relics of the dragons. That's quite cool that they've gone and done that. Well, we could become a bit of a dragon relic collector, let's say. So we've got Strondost. Wow, look at those units there. I'm not too familiar with Dol Guldor because they don't really appear in the movies. Well, even Rune. Rune only appear in that Black Gate scene, really. Maybe in Minas Tirith there's a couple of units there and there. But that scene for me of the Rune warriors moving into the Black Gate really did it for me. Now, this is going to be a really tough siege here. Maybe interested in them. I might have to auto-resolve this one because the main thing I'm worrying about is those Marines. Now they throw like explosives at us, which is not good. They've actually got better quality infantry as well. They've got Dragon Guard. We haven't even got access to them just yet. I think we might actually auto-resolve this one. I very rarely ever auto-resolve the first fight of a campaign. I don't like, if you look like 90% of my Let's Plays, I don't think I've ever done that, but I fear those bombers, and I don't think these units are good enough because they're just going to absolutely smash us on the walls. So we'll auto-resolve this one. We're going to have a lot of battles here today, so don't worry about that, but we'll take less here today. It's just those 2 units of Marines. Like, we don't really have that much stuff to counter it because they are incredibly potent in divide and conquer. With the capture of the great port city of Lest, we've got some ships. Okay, sweet. Yeah, not too familiar with Dorwinion. They're like a... aren't they a faction of 2 races? They love wine, they love trade. And hopefully we can take it now. I'm pretty sure there's a settlement on that island, so we're going to have to watch out for them. So we'll try and take as much territory as we can off the rebels, and we'll try and build up. The Vale of Dorwinion, they want trade. Map information? No, apparently that's too demanding.
You think me a mindless
Whoa.
serf? You ask too much.
There's no way I'm paying that sort of crazy tribute. They'd nearly be interested in the alliance. The thing is, I want to be pushing that way towards Dale.
You hold us at ransom.
North rather than south. Goldor. We can bring in another general. Oh, he's come of age. So he's been married off. I thought I was marrying someone else. Okay, so Goldor's just been married off straight away. Alright, that's good. Yes. The more generals, the better.
Yes, noble master.
Okay.
Noble one.
We'll move you there. Right, so I've sent a full stack down here to Mataram. And we'll actually fight this one. Carndish hunters and stuff.
Yes, noble master.
Because this is more winnable. That we won't take harder losses. You know, sometimes you're actually better off auto-resolving than playing, because you would lose more casualties manually playing. So we'll keep an eye on Dorwinion to the north.
Yes, my master.
I wouldn't mind getting some trade rights with the various tribes in Haradrim to the south. Potentially even the dwarves of the Iron Hills as well. Rubar here, and it gives us the opportunity to scout up and around. So I think the play with Rhun is to try and gobble up as much rebel territory as possible, because the neighbouring faction of Dorwinion have an abundance of pretty early decent swordsmen and archers. Oh, look at this. Wait, what? I see a runic soldier there. It looks like an artwork of Eriador. Yeah. Maybe in the books. I can't remember in... Did The Hobbit have Easterling runic soldiers in it? I can't remember overly too much. Anyway, let's grab all our archers here. There are an abundance of horsemen inside, so we should be able to bring them down. So we'll probably have a lot of fights against rebels here today, against the various tribes. We'll try and unite them in and around the Rhun Sea and bring them under the fold of Loki Khan. Okay, so move that there. Yeah, so then we'll push up to Dorwinion, taking them out. It's going to be a hell of a war. But here is the Khan and his bodyguard. And here's more Easterling units as well. I can't wait to get these crazy dragon fanatics. More so as we get further into the campaign. With some sort of elixir there that we'll try and use. So we'll allow our archers to try and rain fire and death upon the enemy. And weaken them up And we'll swing in our battering rams, which can... They can't specifically equip to the walls there. But here they're a little bit better. Alright, let's get stuck into the first battle of the Third Age Divide and Conquer campaign. Yeah, even those like Carnish horses. Oh my god, look at those nobles. They're the ones. They're gonna pose most of the problem in this fight. I might just try and target them. Because sitting those in choke points, particularly with only clansmen and warriors, we're going to have a little bit of a difficulty. Hunters! Now pick your targets and fire at will. It's a good start. They seem to be clustering towards those Khandish archers as well. So we're going to be uploading this campaign throughout January. This is going to be the main campaign of the series, so stay tuned for uploads coming over the coming days and weeks. Let me know what you'd like me to replace this series with as well, so I can get nice and organised. I'm thinking an Elvish faction, but there's so many of them. High Elves, Wood Elves.
With a battering ram.
Maybe towards even that Galadriel faction. I can't remember off the top of my head. Sylvan? I don't know. That's what they were in like Third Age, weren't they? Not in this. Man, oh man. So, my clansmen are struggling to move up against to the walls. They're just getting targeting out. It just pales in comparison to like Uruk-hai. They can suck up so much damage while these clansmen are fighting in togas and stuff. Loincloth and stuff. Alright, move up there. Push through the breach, please. But I think the play is to try and grab as much rebel territory as we can. Try and keep amicable relations with Dorwinion for now, because if they rush you early on, you can have a massive problem, especially on this difficulty. The gates have been captured, fantastic, and our archers are still putting on the pressure and pummel. I don't know if they're overly killing too many, but they're reducing their hit points, which is ideal. Look at that, those clansman unit on the left hand side got completely decimated there. We might need to move the General's Bodyguard. We will need to spam General's Bodyguard, particularly in this series. That's a good tip I like to suggest to you guys. Even though adopting characters into your family tree can be a little bit less role play, allowing, like, I don't know, Boromir to have 3 adopted sons. The General's Bodyguard is incredibly potent. It allows you to get decent, basically spawn decent bodyguard units pretty early on. Alright, let's keep on going. But currently, in real life, and I'm in a little bit of a movie session for Christmas. I got the 4K version of The Lord of the Rings. Last night, I watched The Fellowship of the Ring. I kind of forgot how long those movies were for. The first one extended 4K. Like, I hadn't watched them fully. I hadn't sat down and watched them fully in quite some time. I don't know, maybe 10 years. There was even stuff I hadn't seen extended as well. But I do recommend it if you want to have a mega sesh. I do think if you want to be super hardcore, I think it takes like 24 hours to watch The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings. Like all extended, I think it's like 24 hours. I think it's like 12 hours for the others. But it's good. Relaxing of night. Watching Lord of the Rings with my siblings. It's been a lot of fun.
army are
There's even some like
bloody.
scenes I hadn't seen, like
They must
Aragorn
have
like
their men.
butchering a deer and getting it. I was like, okay. Hadn't seen that before. Also seems a lot more lore heavy as well. Like Legolas at one point, it's like, I think one of the elves was like, I think it was Galadriel's husband was like, so what happened to Gandalf? He was like, Legolas was like, oh, he was taken by a Balrog of Morgoth. And I was like, okay. Like the casual viewer, like my siblings, probably isn't going to get, like, what? Like, I understand that was probably deleted, but I found that quite funny. But I'm going to watch the Two Towers tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, we are struggling to push through here. Oh my god. We're struggling to push into the city like square pegs and round holes. Alright, let's try and swing around to the town square and initiate the countdown. So we've got to pick and choose our fights carefully. In the open field, this Easterling of Rhun faction is going to excel. But into slow, long, protracted sieges, pushing into choke points and narrow corridors, huh? We're struggling, as you can see. Once again, arguably, maybe another auto resolve would have been good, but we'll move in our general's bodyguard to get into the town square, because these guys are going to be able to hold in a firm formation and hold anything that sort of tries to pivot and go around. But the main thing we want to do is try to initiate the countdown. Even with targeting their nobles, they're still holding out really, really well. But yeah, I think we want to be going. We're doing a short campaign, so going north is probably the best play. We'll push against Dorwyn. We'll push against Dale. Depending if the dwarves with the Iron Hills interfere, we'll go down there. I want to take Lake Town. I want to play those sieges, which I haven't done on Divide and Conquer. Lake Town, Dale, Erebor. We could go into Mirkwood. It just depends what Thranduil and the Woodland Realm does. There's that funny scene in the second one where
we are winning the battle.
Eomer captures, well, not really captures, he sort of encircles and sort of interrogates the three members of the Fellowship, Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli. He's like, Aragorn's like who are you? And he's like, this is Gimli, son of Glóin, and Legolas of the Woodland Realm. I guess he kind of forgot that his father's name was Thranduil, or maybe he kept it a secret, I don't know. Would have Eomer known who Thranduil was? Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, we've initiated the countdown, 5 minutes. The settlement should be ours, and then we've taken 2 in quite quick succession. Yeah, those Marines I really did fear, because basically like Byzantine explosives, fire stuff, grenaders in 3rd Age and Medieval 2 absolutely rip raw through armies. Yeah, depending on how the War of the Ring goes, I'm definitely not unopposed once we're at like peak strength to send an army down to Minas Tirith. Kind of similar to the Isengard campaign. It just depends. They were struggling a bit in the Isengard campaign. We hit our short victory conditions. You can go check that out on the channel. We'll speed things up here now, though, a little bit. Alright, I'm going to focus on them. Yeah, we finished off Rohan. We finished off Gondor. But Mordor, we're struggling a bit. It's going to be interesting to see how Mordor performs this time around. It's usually quite close. Let me know in your playthroughs. Who seems to win more, Mordor or Gondor? Okay. Look at this, man. My infantry have been completely decimated. And this is only going up against a couple of archers. Chucking a couple of those marines in. I definitely think I made the best decision of auto-resolving that first fight. Which I rarely do. Like, there must be a stat. There must be a stat somewhere on the SimpzyTotalWar channel. How often does he auto-resolve the first fight? Like, never. I usually like to play the first battle just to give you guys a bit of a taste and a bit of a tease of what the campaign has to look forward to. But there's plenty more rebel territories in and around Rhun. And that's why I've called this first part, well, I plan to call this first part, The Rise of Rhun, because we have to go around and rally and uniting all the tribes. We'll make a beautiful and large golden dragon horde. Okay, so they're now swinging back around. Our archers have been depleted of their ammunition. We need to stop these small little incursions now coming in. We don't want that damn counter to reset. That's the last thing we want. But our bodyguard are holding the town square.
Time our foe will surely see this and
The
lose
king
heart.
and his 2 sons. Excellent stuff. Just getting poked by a pike there. Poor little fellow. Alright, let's speed things up now. Oh! Just kicked my desk fan. Bang and clang. Only professional gameplay and commentary on my channel. Alright. Sweet, victory! A clear one. We lost 800, they lost about 700. Looking at the casualties sustained and inflicted. You might as well going to pause and have a look at there. Well, there he is. Strider! Having a pint at the pub. Be comforted, for there are other powers and realms that you know not. And they are hidden from you. Okay. I guess he's talking about the ring. When the council assembled. Mataram is now ours. Oh, we've got a mission success. I didn't even say that. Okay, it's now winter in Rhun. We're still continuing to try and gobble up as much rebel territory as we can. Now, this fight here looks very similar to the last one we fought, so auto-resolve this one. We did bring in some mercenaries here and there as well. So auto-resolve this one. The next fight, that looks interesting, we'll play for that one. Okay, we also need to build watchtowers as well, in and around, so we can see our territory. But we're going to be fighting a lot of rebels here today. Unless Dorwinian aggressively attack us. We've also got an alliance, military access and trade with the Varigers Khan. I think they say that, okay. We are at war with the dwarfs of Eriador. Because they have territory in and around the Iron Hills. I thought they were the Iron Hill dwarves. I guess they've been named dwarves of Eriador. Right. We've made peace with them, which is good. And now we're not at war with anyone except for rebels. The Khandish clans gather with the taking of Mataram. The local Khandish warriors have been broken and now stand united. Sweet. We are still continuing to rally the Khandish clans under Luki Khan. The Hornburg's been besieged. Okay. 13 turns in. If they're successful, Isengard might have a hell of a playthrough in this Let's Play. Let's build more watchtowers as well.
Setting a watch here.
Still continuing to try and gobble up as much rebel territory as we can.
Orders.
Broda, 23. There's spawned. Okay. So he must be these Khandish hunters that we've just recently got.
Orders
Okay.
as
Because
you
I didn't clock him as a family member that's come in. Alright. So we got some more military forces there. Send an emissary to Dale. I always struggle to say
What is
that.
it you
Emissary.
wish to
I don't know why. It's like I go lazy at the end bit.
This proposal is
We'll try and get trade and map with Dale, but we'll see how we go. Because it's going to be just like a long time before we even reach them. Okay. Spearman here as well.
noble.
We'll auto-resolve this one.
Engage them honorably.
Yeah, just spearmen and some tribesmen. So we should be bordering a little bit more with Dorwinion now.
Victory!
We'll replenish and repair where we can. But Ruka is getting his command
Yes,
up
my master. Your
brilliantly. We'll try renegotiate with Dale because we had a mission. Oh, so they're going to accept trade.
What else do you have to suggest? No, we will not agree. We understand your
Yeah,
resolution.
so we'll just complete the mission for the money. The Balchoth. You will now lead Kingsmen to war in your name. Okay. So, it looks like the more rebel territory you get, the more Khandish warriors come in. That's cool. We've married off another one of our family members as well. Hakim. Alright, you can hold up in Mistrand. Okay, Dorwinion is now trespassing, so I fear a war with them is inevitable.
I am a warrior.
We could potentially
not an
intercept
gentleman.
those forces. We've currently got 1 and a bit full stacks under our command. We've united some of the Khans early on, so I do recommend early on
An honor to serve.
getting those rebel territory, because now we've learnt that you actually get forces for doing so, even though those sieges are a little bit tough with the units you have at your disposal.
Yes, noble master.
Anyway, we could send you further north and try and take
We shall board
this
at
rebel
once.
territory, but it might actually be quicker to go by fleet, actually.
Our will
Yeah,
shall be fair.
in Ilgia.
Taking your men
Yeah.
ashore.
I don't know how you say
Noble
that.
one. We cannot travel.
Dragon Guard.
We
4 units of
close for
Dragon Guard.
battle.
Crikey. We might need more forces there to take that one. Maybe general-wise, we've got quite a bit. We've got bodyguard and nobles. We might have to play that one. We'll just see how we go, though.
Orders.
But this fleet is going to be
The time
important.
come to strike. Yes, noble master.
How may
We'll send some more reinforcements north.
All set.
Noble one.
I wonder
Orders.
if that changes things overly too much.
Tired of
Now they're
ordering
sitting on the
your
bridge here
outposts.
now.
Your will. As
My
you
diplomat has
Tomorrow,
arrived to
yes,
the Sea of
master.
Nirn, the fertile
will.
farmland of Mordor.
will.
Or
As you
food
will.
land, rather.
As you will. Your will.
Right, let's negotiate with Mordor. We've already got most of the alliances and military access, but I would love to get map information, to be honest. Just to paint out the map a bit. And I'm curious to see how they're progressing. So they might have taken Osgiliath. Mount Doom, Battle of the Last Alliance. Okay, so we can sort of see where they are. No, we've just found Osgiliath. They haven't actually taken it. We're only 20 turns into the Let's Play, though. I'm going to be playing for an hour, though, here today. If I didn't mention that before.
Resting here,
The first
I have come
episode
to the
is
end of today's road.
always
Yes, my master.
a good
Yes,
old
my
decent
master.
sesh. And then we'll drop the time of the episodes when
As you will.
further episodes come
Tomorrow's
out.
journey awaits. Resting here.
Alright. Okay, so that little bit of pressure from Dorwinion has sort of subsided for now. It's like they've moved away a little bit. We've got a full stack there and less just in case they do attack. We've got this army here up in the north. We're going to have to play this one because I do fear those... I do fear the repercussions of those Dragon Guard if we do auto-resolve it. So we'll fight this one here today with Abius. A lot of Dragon Guard. And their Dragon Guard on horseback. So we'll fight this one and try and take the far eastern pocket of Rhun. There's Lake Town floating. That's cool. Alright. Now this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. Because we don't, well... We're still very sparse on the infantry. But our hunters and crossbows should be able to carry us over from this one. And our bodyguard. It's going to be a close one. But... I never said uniting the tribes was gonna be incredibly easy. But that's where you really need to keep amicable relations for now with Dorwinion. Because if you get rushed in the middle of these hectic sieges, it could be GG for your campaign. Here's the bodyguard there. We'll try and move them in the last moment if we need to. We've got some Khandish hunters here now. And because we've been sieging them out for quite a bit, we got a lot of battering rams. I was kind of hoping that potentially they might sally forth and we can fight them on the field, mix things up, but it's going to be another siege. We've got our nobles now. They were incredibly tough in the last siege we fought, so hopefully this time around we can make it tough for the enemy opposition. Looks like they're charging out slightly. Get all my archers to focus all their ammunition on those guys charging out. Quickly now. If they're clustering in a funnel, go for it. Crossbows as well. The Dragon Lancers are now charging. Oh no. They're a little bit flustered here. We need infantry to get up here. Quickly, quickly. Oh no. The word that comes to mind, what these rebels have done to me has bamboozled me. Oh no, those Dragon Lancers are ripping through multiple infantry here. Those hunters can drop their skirmishers and maybe try and pin them back. An ambitious charge. I quite like how aggressive they are. It's very hard for you. But I feel like we can use this to our advantage. So they managed to charge out in the end. God damn it. Alright, those cavalry didn't do too well once they actually clashed upon medium to heavy Easterling runic infantry. I can't wait for myself to finally get those Dragon Lancers and those Dragon units. And they'll be incredibly indispensable for us. So with this sort of aggressive Faramir push, we'll try and kite these Dragon Guard that have now come out.
General lies dead. Now his men can sense their doom upon them.
Oh! Thought I might have lost one of my sons or my family members there. Could have been a close one. Okay. Try and hit into stuff that isn't going to cause friendly fire. Our generals are now fighting in the thick of it. be a close one here because there's a bit. We've got decent units which they're trading with, but there's a couple of compounding factors with those arrow towers. Rip roaring into me. We're going to smash this dragon guard here, which is being completely surrounded by all sides and keeps on getting enveloped. Yeah, so they basically pulled out half their army. They're keeping their archers safe there, those cheeky buggers behind the walls. This was already going to be an incredibly tough fight. But the AI, you gotta give it to them. I'm making me work, baby. Okay, we'll try and cycle charge them in. Pull them out a little bit here. They seem to be retreating in various pockets. We might have slightly just got the upper hand. Crikey, man. We've lost 20 to their 37. Maybe it's a lot more in our favour than what I anticipated. But the nobles now are getting stuck into them. Fantastic. That will free up 3-4 units on that far side. But they had the right idea. We had skirmisher supremacy. We were just going to sit back, relax, fire, rain fire and death upon the garrison. While they had infantry supremacy, they're like, we're not sitting here with our hands in our pockets. We're going to cross the distance and go for it. I like and appreciate that. I like it a lot. Alright, fall these guys for the back. More are surging out as well. I think we should just sort of pull back a bit. Reform the line. Try and kite them. Our archers have still got a lot of their ammunition left. Oh, what's this? Oh my god, there's even dudes here. Hang on. If they're hanging out here, get the cavalry to swing around there and hit them. Man, oh man, this is such an unorthodox fight. There's so many angles and units that I'm not looking at. Alright, the cavalry should be able to hit those guys that are on the outside. Form up a bit of a closer formation. Because everyone's just sprawling everywhere and getting caught. Alright, how well are those cavalry doing now? Yeah, smack them. There we go. Just full on swing around and push them into that wall. If we can. Like pin them against it. God, these dragon guard dude. I feel kind of bad that we are fighting our fellow kingsmen a little bit here. But they're now wavering. Pin them for the back there. Right, good. We need our archers to have distance. The hunters are basically gone, but
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
that'll be a worthy sacrifice. We're at 2 times speed now, so just try and pin them further back. We've basically lost our infantry here. Alright. Those hunters that now want to come out and parlay. Far out, man. I didn't expect the siege battle to unfold in this type of manner. We are winning on the casualties sustained and inflicted department. So nearly 80%, 75 in our favour. They're now routing, good. Those dragon guard are sitting there quite competent. Let's try and change that. Wavering a bit.
Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
Good, let's send the battering rams up now. After all that. It's basically turning into a 2-act battle, this one. Oh, sweet, they're broken. A small little skirmish as they charge down outside of the city. And then, now an offensive siege. They tried to hit us while we were flat-footed. The young boy commanders without the king and the prince hanging back in Lest. Yeah, because you sort of need to keep a strong military presence on the border there with Dorwinion. Particularly if you border a faction you've got bad relations with, you're just asking to get attacked if you don't put a full garrison in there. They're not even opening the gate for them. Okay. Just swing the battering ram up behind them.
Four men have reached the gate with the battering ram.
We'll push in here now. Try and claim the town square and then initiate the countdown. Opening up another port of attack here. Had a couple of good fights here today. I want to try and get one more battle in. We'll see how we go.
Through the enemy's walls. Let him who defies us
move
lay
in.
in peril. Our men, they have taken the walls. It is time we captured this place.
Gate captured. Alright, let's grab all our infantry here. And send them up and in. My archers are nearly out of their ammunition. But try and get my 6 archers there to divide their shots up between 3 units in there, and we'll just send all our infantry up here. In you go. Maybe hit those units further at the back or something. Might cause too much friendly fire. Oh no, we're in here now. That's alright.
Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
Yeah, hit that unit there. And those hunters that are sitting further back. The more friendly fire we can deter, the better. Yeah, they're wavering now, so.
Our men have taken control of the city.
It is sometimes better in that situation, as you can see. When there's not too many of them, it's just to click a point so you swarm them. You do take more casualties when there's a unit attacking you and you try and push around them if you just click behind them. But it's sometimes worth, in that particular situation, just to speed things up instead of specifically targeting and trying to kill them, because you can wrap around them and cause more flanking stuff, which allows them to capitulate a little bit quicker. Alright, we'll hold our cavalry here, but it's GG anyway. Clear victory. We lost 500. They lost 1,000. Oh my god, look at that. Beastly Wag. Its occupation in the Third Age by the Orcs of Sauron was one of the chief regions for the hatreds of the Orcs. Dwarfs lost Mount Gundabad. People live in Lurth. Okay. Fair enough. But we've got victory here today.
We have prevailed.
We'll sack.
Victory!
And we've brought another rebel territory back into the Easterling fold. Let's replenish and repair where we can. Okay guys, welcome to the top of the turn 24 in the Rhun Let's Play. I've actually changed my thinking about the army that was sitting at Lest. We're going to move it north, as I want to try and gobble up as much rebel territory in and around the Sea of Rhun. We're pushing sort of northwest, I guess. Now with the peace with the dwarfs, they're going to probably look down to expand here. And look, I'm not opposed to a war with Dorwinion now. If they want to push and attack me when my armies move, I'm happy to comply. I'm in a comfortable and competent position now to start a war with them. They are trespassing in my lands a fair bit, but we'll see how we go. I think risking war is worth doing that if we get rebel territory. Dorwinion Resplendent. Okay. The land of wine and song is rising. The elves look upon them with favour, and the allies have pulled them to their side. Because I think you can sort of choose which way you want to go with them. Rubar, we're currently besieging with the Carn. More dragon riders and dragon guard. But we should be alright to auto-resolve this one 3-2. We do slightly outnumber them.
We have prevailed.
But Rubar is coming into the Easterling fold. We'll sack the settlement. We'll merge up and we'll try and push sort of westward along the sea as well. We'll replenish and repair where we can. Build a grain exchange as well. Once we get a little bit of cash money. The Aulad Bow. Okay, so it looks like we've got some more boys joining us, which is cool. Datan, 22. Hey, the One Ring has been located. Really? Where? The Hornburg. I wonder if Isengard's going to take that, because they were sieging them quite a long time ago. Anyway, we're going to push here now.
Yes, noble master. Yes,
with
noble one.
2 and a bit armies. Can't get any mercenaries. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I'd love to get the One Ring in this playthrough, but it's just RNG, isn't it? Oh, these guys look a little bit different. Not your stock standard sort of dragon riders and guard that we've been fighting quite a bit so far. But another rebel territory has bitten the dust. Sweet. We'll move my diplomat further south as well. My spy is still sitting on the border here. Why did that look like it was under Dol Guldor control? Maybe they occupied it for a short time, but my diplomats have nearly made it into Mirkwood.
Tomorrow's journey. Your will.
You bring a proposition
Alright.
for my king?
Dol Guldor. You are an evil faction.
We have no
You don't want map
We have,
information, but we'll
another
start off with
proposal.
trade.
I do not think you would accept in my position. We understand.
They just want
Goodbye.
too much money. And we're basically running this economy on a shoestring budget.
Yes,
Trying to gobble up as much rebel territory as we can.
resting here.
My ears.
Build important economical buildings. And
My crew has no quarrel with you, Lord.
get as much of an army as we can. So,
My eyes.
we could maybe push into Strondos. Now that we've taken a lot of rebel territory, we've only got 1 and a bit full stacks in operation. Destroying their army, their navy, could be the better idea. Because now we can actually see their territory on the island there. So they actually have taken it. I thought it was rebel. No, that's a shame. We've literally surrounded them. But war's been declared. I've made the decision. It's time to go to war.
Honor to serve.
We'll push into Strondost
We will embrace
with
them
the main army in the full stack. So who's inside? Nothing
Yes,
overly
noble
too
master.
crazy.
Noble one. Your will, my lord.
We could move out those warriors.
Honor to serve.
We could take this fort
We have
actually.
prevailed. Noble one.
I was gonna say you can hold back there, but maybe holding the fort might be better.
Not trouble them. Yes, my master.
What is it?
Found the
you
Woodland
wish?
Realm.
This seems quite.
They're interested
Another
in trade.
proposition for us, then? I must say. we are
Potentially
not
map information. That
convinced.
could be doable actually. 50 gold for 11 turns? Sure, that's not much at all.
Good day to you.
And we've got some clansmen in our capital to do so.
As you will.
Right, we'll head you north to Dale, I guess.
As you will.
Okay. So,
I'm honored to serve.
if we are to fight this one, do reinforcements come in? Oh no, there's some units spawn. Western Defenders. 4th win. He's quite a competent commander. Look, you know what? Let's fight this one. If there wasn't a garrison going to be spawning, I probably wouldn't have played it, but... Well, look at this artwork. What's with this, like, Poseidon-looking character? I've never seen that in my life before. Some sort of Dol Amroth shield there. But we've got our first battle of the series against Dorwinion. After uniting the tribes and the Khandish warriors, Loki Khan has decided to wage war upon Dorwinion. So once we take this, we could actually try and take that island territory. If they could launch raids from that island, that would be incredibly annoying. But this is quite a largest city we're going to fight up against. A large wooden wall. We needed ladders for this one, 5 in operation. Looking at our army build, mostly clan, spearmen. We've got some of our own dragon guard, which is awesome. We've also got some marines as well, which we haven't used in the series just yet. But here's the general's bodyguard. But now with war with them, we've actually caught them in a really good opportunity. It was quite fortunate actually, because they had been operating and moving probably, I don't know, a full stack split. 2 half stacks in and around my territory. We should be able to take their coastal castle with ease now. So we'll try and swarm everyone up, push forward. And now, even though we don't have quality against Dorwinion, except for our bodyguard, we've got the economy now, the men and the resources, just to numerically swarm the Vale of Dorwinion. Okay, so we're pushing up here now. Plenty of generals that can push up and supplement as well. Yep, perfect. You're making your way up onto the walls.
The ladders have reached the walls.
Oh,
Yeah,
hit those western defenders with your bombs. They're not even up on the wall in that department. We'll push up there. Looks like they're gonna meet and get up on the walls relatively unresisted.
Our men have reached the gate.
Well, let's have a look at their soldiers. I quite like the purple of them. They kind of remind me of the Red Wine faction in Game of Thrones. The House of Red Wine, and maybe even Highgarden to some capacity. But I haven't really been motivated ever really to do a series with them because, I don't know, maybe I need to watch some lore videos of them. They're probably a lot cooler than what I think they are. I just like playing major sort of factions that have some semblance to the movies. Okay. So they've used all their ammunition.
Our men
They've done quite well.
The gates have fallen.
Particularly to arc their ordnance up at the walls. Normally they're really good in the defensive siege and in open field battle, but yeah, they've done alright there, I think. Continue to target these stragglers on the far left. But it looks like so far our infantry is doing well.
Send your troops to take
They're doing exactly what's on the can and pushing up. on my archers to put more precise pressure and shots at them. Now with the gateway fallen, we can swarm in. Get those units there that are trying to flank. Yeah, so they've got medium infantry pretty early on. Although we're only operating with lights. Oh no, these are the defenders, so they're spawned there. I still think those other ones were mediums though anyway. They've cut me off here a little bit, which is a little bit tricky. I am tempted to nearly move in the General's bodyguard, but we'll allow our first tier trash units to put the pressure up on them. We've nearly beaten them on the walls here now. With the help of ongoing arrow fire support. And the Dragon Guard are very good. More Dragon Guard and warriors, please. Once we get our supply lines at full capacity, which is 1065, we'll be able to. We might be able to get some more as well. We essentially want to turn in all that rebel territory that we got into military power and production silos. Alright. We've basically won here on the wall, so we want to try and push towards the town square now. All that cavalry back there, it's getting hit more than what I'd like. Just this Westeron defender we have to deal with. It's off the wall, and then one that's on. Westeron reminds me of Westeros. Maybe cycle charging these guys in might be the play. Thought it might be worth to wrap around, but not. Okay, so my clansmen are basically depleted here. My archers are nearly out of ammunition. We probably need to send in the general bodyguard boys in a moment. Against the last lot. And remaining stragglers. Still 60-40 in our favour. We've really pushed and stretched this army to the limit. I'll send in the generals here now though. We've got a couple of skirmishers that still have ammunition, so we'll bring those boys in to get their shots off. 62. Far out. I said at the start my guys were trash, but crikey. They just get melted in offensive sieges. Which have had a fair few of them. Hopefully we can have some open field battles in episode 2 coming out tomorrow. But I really hope you've enjoyed this hour-long part here today. I've had an absolute blast. Still want to play a little bit more. We've still got to wrap up this battle, of course. We are sort of coming to the tail end of today's video. And then in episode 2, we'll be able to continue on with the offensive war against Dorwinion, which we've kicked off towards the end. We basically took as much rebel territory as we could. I don't think there's really much more we could have gotten. Maybe some super far away, but I felt like we'd probably overextend ourselves slightly too much if we were to go too far. We don't particularly need to go south with our allies secured there. West is essentially Dorwinion and sort of towards the northwest. Okay.
Only half the enemy force remains.
We really need to push this last
lose their will to
unit.
fight.
Oh, they're still there, those guys. They cut us off. I thought we'd be able to focus on the unit in the town square, but we have to get rid of this one at the gateway first.
A full fight
Been
with
captured,
horns
sweet.
made of clay. We are winning the battle.
These defenders, really not going to lie, giving us a run for our money. Might even be able to drag that out there. I wanted to try and cycle charge that unit, but they've actually pulled out and away. Maybe hitting this is probably better. We might actually struggle to get over the line here. We're really going to have to make our general's bodyguard work for this. Which is always risky, because we have got the king here, the faction leader.
My lord,
Now that the cavalry's in, we're not going to be able to initiate the countdown.
Cassis, our men no longer command the
As soon as
castle.
we took it, they reformed their units incredibly quickly. Alright, we do have archers here with ammunition. But these defenders, man. Oh my god. Right. Let's reform this slightly better for my liking. Because you can lose these in situations. Because we're only slightly ahead by an absolute whisker. 70, yeah, look at that. 77 we've lost to their 71. So we've actually inflicted more losses. And our bodyguard is struggling to get past these defenders here that we're really throwing in because we're out of our infantry. So we'll try and get our skirmishers that have ammunition to try and bypass. We want to hit these. We haven't even hit the regent spear guard because I think that's the enemy. Yeah, that's the general inside. So try and hit those. So get the crossbows to cycle and hit that. Oh, then now they're coming up. Pull back. Pull back, pull back. Good. Form a tighter formation because you guys seem to be getting caught. Keep piercing and hitting the spear guard. Even though there's not too many in there, they're going to be able to get their shots off. There's only 31. Target the general unit. They even look kind of Byzantine as well. Like stainless steel Scutari, spearmen and swordsmen. I don't know why they keep on coming back and forth like this, but we'll just move back. We want to absolutely milk every single hit point reduction we can with these crossbows. The beauty with crossbows so close like this is their armor piercing properties. Maybe they just need to be a little bit further back. For some reason the AI is slightly bugging out here, not committing everything. That looks quite cool. The dragon banner blowing in the wind. Well, crossbows are probably kaput there though. Keep reloading and firing, guys. This is actually quite satisfying. Just rip roaring him into them with crossbows. We are doing a little bit of damage to them. We're dropping 1 or 2 with each volley. Sometimes even 3. But even if we don't drop them, weakening them is the play. Because then you can sit in the infantry and just pop, pop, pop. One tap and finish them off. So what I've sort of found out for playing for an hour here today, Rhun is a lot more better as an auto resolve faction, particularly with the amount of offensive sieges you have to do. It's just the armor, we just don't have it. They just get absolutely murked. Alright. Just need to make sure we're all out of ammunition. Make sure the weaker units push up first. And then we'll move in the generals. The weaker ones first, the king last. We'll try and cycle charge with our cavalry. Because he's quite a formidable commander. This guy. He's even just like a random general. Or maybe he's like a some badass. Alright. Try and swing around and hit them, please. Thank you. We'll just try and focus on the one unit there. I want to hit the infantry that we're targeting, but we're going to struggle. Hey! We've initiated the countdown. 5 minutes remaining. Enemy general fallen. 4th win. Perfect.
They run like children.
And we'll end it there.
My
God. 2.1k, we lost 1.5. Not good. Not good whatsoever. What's this? What a crazy looking encampment that is. What's that artwork from? It looks beautiful. Big old ballista there. I'd love to play a siege like that. But we've had our first major victory against Dorwinion. And there's also an army outside as well. But Strondost is now mine. We'll sack it. And we'll bring some of those delicious vineyards into the fold. We'll replenish and repair and retrain where we can. Okay, so we have to deal with this army just outside Strongost. We'll throw him back. We'll throw back some Thoron guard. Okay, they've gone further back. We've got more reinforcements coming, but we've just got a lot of generals here. More than anything. And having naval supremacy is definitely the play. Because we're going to be able to strike and move around the seas unopposed. Getting rid of the island there might be the play.
The winds shall return tomorrow.
Okay.
Orders.
The unstoppable, eh? Alright, let's push and take...
Taking your men ashore.
It's actually a village, so we can attack it in one turn. Sweet.
Orders. Until death.
Our admiral's up to at least 6 stars now. Who's inside here? Athel here. Okay. Alright. We'll take
We close for battle.
the island now. Why is Morgaz commanding? Yeah. Whatever. Alright, so that's the second territory we've taken from Dorwinion. Khan stands with Mordor. Oh, that's some good news. Right, well, unfortunately on that note, I think it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 1 of my Third Age Total War Divide and Conquer version 4.5 Easterling Rhun campaign. We've had a hell of an episode here today. We've basically wrapped up most of the rebel territory in and around us, 41 turns in, and we've started off our war with Dorwinion. And we're going to be continuing where we left off. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to play the outro now, and I'll see you guys later. See you guys tomorrow for episode 2. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already with the bell notification on. Let me know in the comment section down below feedback and suggestions for the video, and feel free to leave a dislike. If you want to support the channel and follow me on my social media links, they are all linked in the description below. We've got the series playlist that you can access. You can also have a look at my gaming and recording equipment. If you want to get yourself some cheap games, check out the links. You can support me on Patreon if you want. Channel members are available. Use creator code SimpzyTotalWar on the Epic Games Store checkout to flick me a couple of bucks. We've got Twitter, Discord, merchandise, Facebook, Steam group, Instagram, Twitch, and Google Plus links all in the description below as well. But above all, guys, make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. Goodbye.